Natasha Leggero goes topless at the Hollywood Improv following Bert Kreischer in what has to be one of the greatest power moves in comedy history.
Power move.
In the sense of, I mean, Bert is the machine. He did his whole act. He's got his shirt off. He's feeling great about himself. He's lost like 350 pounds. He's shredded, probably on Ozempic, probably on steroids. The machine is looking good, feeling good. Introduces Natasha as he gets off stage, and she just one-ups him, pops the overalls down, and goes shirt off. I mean, Bert was floored. The crowd goes wild.
If I was in the crowd, I'd sue her.
I would have gotten.
I didn't come here to see some tawdry show and naked women breasts. Came to hear Bert talk about getting blown by his wife.
Yeah, I would have pulled the Louis C.K. haters. I didn't sign up for that. I didn't. If I had known that was going to happen, I wouldn't have bought a ticket.
I came for some good old fashioned husband wife dick sucking. That's what I want to hear about. Put your boobs away, lady. I would take a real curve. Just like Bert's crowd, like, what are these female breasts?
Boo!
Yeah, get out of here!
You see that fat bloated belly? Yeah, Natasha Leggero is way too good looking for a Bert Kreischer crowd.
Bring Bert back up here. What happened in Russia?
Tell the thing about the train. We want the train story again. Get out of here, tits. Get out of here, boobs. So I thought, like, when I saw the clip, I thought it was gonna be like a, fakes it or whatever, but just like boom, rips it, and then just stands there loud and proud. It helps when you're hot. You know what I mean? It's not the everybody look at my awesome body. It's like, okay, yeah. But my favorite part was she posted on Instagram, and she said, Bert took his shirt off, so I did too. Improv said not to post it, but TMZ already did, so F it. And she goes, should female comics be able to do the same thing as male comics? Because I've been thinking about trying to fuck my opener. Which, like, it's funny because there is... I just think it's, a cocky move, just like, it's comedy. We're getting nuts. We're getting wild. Let's give the people a moment. But there is obviously some...
She's got a good screen grab there, too. Them bangs stang.
Oh, man. and doing just about as little as you can to blur out the nipple and make Instagram allowed, Just that. And what's funny about that? The carousel, when you scroll to the next picture.
It's
Bert.
Yeah.
Bert's nipples blurred out. I wish we could have that in real life. I wish there was, some sort of real life filter every time Bert takes off his shirt. I've seen that man's nipples more than any. I've seen Bert's nipples more than my own nipples. And then in the comments in the comments on her post, her husband, Moshe Kesher, who is also a comedian, said, okay, I just found out about this and I'm pretty furious. Please call or come home right now. But, I mean, everybody loved the move. But I do think there's a little undertone of, like, she's doing it for a reason, not just to be like, this is fucking crazy and badass. This is, like, making a point, and even with the Instagram caption being like, all that shit about male comics and female comics. But I think it's a great move. I mean,
do female headliners, do they want to fuck their openers? I always think about that about female superstars and rock
groupies,
stars.
right? Like,
do you want to fuck?
I don't think
people
so.
like me.
I think there's got to be a real disconnect with that, with being famous, because hot chicks are like, get away from me, guys.
Or is that just what I think of myself and I'm projecting? No. Are they like, yeah, I'd fuck a random dude?
Like you're not. Well, I was about to say, I think J-Lo literally fucked and married her backup dancer, so maybe I'm wrong. I was about to say, like, Beyonce's not going to fuck her dancers.
Yeah.
She has all women, but, like, point being, you're not just going to fuck some random, but I think J-Lo literally married one, so maybe they do. Mm-hmm. Probably depends on... I feel like there'd be too much...
That hiring process for their dancers must have been tough. She's just like, nope, looking for straight guys. Looking for straight guys with nice meat.
What do you think, Jack? You think famous girls like? If you were famous, would you like to have groupies, male groupies?
I'm so warped. We're like, I don't know.
What do you mean? In what warped in what regard?
Like,
that you
I
would
don't
want them or not want
It
them?
freaks me out if somebody, like, I don't like any kind of like, I don't like to feel like put on a pedestal, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
you
then-
are warped.
Yeah. So
How dare you treat me well?
Yeah, I don't like feeling like self-worth.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm with you.
But but if you
But
like,
then I
if
also
you,
don't like being like, okay, you freak, like you're below me.
yeah, well, you know what that's called? Like the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Right in the middle. I just want to be treated normal. But if you like blew up, if jacked up goes, Alex Earl to the moon. I guess you know what I feel like it's just more like like guys in your DMs and shit like that, as opposed to like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the male groupie does.
I would find the male groupie to be, I would think,
Very
quite
off-putting,
a
right?
turn off.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
female, like that's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
of
Dude, I'm a
what
chick. You're
usually
supposed to
works.
hate me.
Yeah.
What happened to good old-fashioned misogyny?
Right.
What the fuck is it?
Like, say what you want about it. The game always works on being like you play hard to get and you don't simp for them, and then they nice guys finish last. What's crazy is Natasha Leggero, like long-time, all-time comic, been killing it at the roast game and all over the comedy scene for, I don't know, probably feels like 20 years now. Like, I mean, I remember her from way back. And she was always at the roasts, pretty vulgar, got a lot of like woes and oohs and ahs with her comedy. So that checks out with this. When she was on KFC Radio, it was an entirely different person.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was very like subdued, and it was a fine conversation. But if all you knew, if you're a KFC Radio listener and somehow didn't know who Natasha Leggero is, and you only knew her from that interview, and then heard she was the one who went topless at the club with Bert, you would be like, "What?"
Yeah, I think
No way.
that was a pandemic.
It was a
right?
pandemic. It
Like,
was a Zoom. I
but
feel
like early. Like I believe I was
Yeah.
still living at home.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure all of it was
No
bad,
one's-
but it was a tough one. I don't think she had much interest in us.
yeah.
I think a girl like this who's just like, fuck it, when it's like, do you want to do this computer conversation with these two guys you don't know? She's probably like, yeah, sure, dude. But just a perfect execution, trying to or successfully upstaging a guy whose entire life and goal is to always upstage. He is the uppest of stage. He doesn't. Yeah, nobody goes above him. You will not get more, ridiculous and bombastic than him. Check yourself, Bert, because Natasha did it. Did you see the clip, the longer clip of Bert being like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Just like truly speechless, repeating himself over and over again. Holy shit! It's a classic move that.
What happens if I take my dick out of this show?
Well,
Probably can't.
first
do
of all, I think you'd be embarrassed.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the first. Stage one would be, hey, look at that guy's small dick. Stage two is probably that you get arrested.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
That probably.
That's what you're
happens.
getting at? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now, if Natasha Leggero went bottomless, I think that would be. I think you get in way more trouble for going dick out than vagina out.
Yeah. Once pubes start coming into play.
Well, she could have pubes too, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Probably.
Like if she had like a dress and just went and was totally naked. First of all, that doesn't work. That would just be weird because the joke is like take your shirt off.
Yeah.
But if there was a world where in any setting, any sort of like performance setting, public setting, I'm not just talking about you're walking around the streets. Obviously, you can't do that. But if it was like we're live on stage, let's do crazy things. You take your dick out, she takes her pants off. She's getting like a whoa. You're getting handcuffs.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is a double standard. Make a
Yeah,
movie about that, Greta Gerwig.
Now we've really gotten to the bottom of it. She was trying to unveil one. We've gotten to the real crux of the issue here. It's that my penis has to be in my pants at all times.